Welcome to the season one, week one weekly wrap up show. We had a tremendous slate of games this week. 2 games on Thursday, 2 games on Saturday. So it's been a lot of fun. You guys out there checking us out. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Let us know that you can hear us okay. David, what was your early takeaway from this week?
Well, we saw a lot of different things. Ohio State blew the doors off Florida State, but Florida State not having as many recruits. Ohio State's going to have their first true test against Iowa this week. Iowa's going to have a better defense. Auburn looks good. Their quarterback looks solid. They got to figure out their offensive firepower. And Boise State and Tennessee looking fairly even. Tennessee's got some rough patches to work out. Hawaii and Notre Dame, though, they look to me to be probably one of the better teams, two of the better teams in the CFSL right now.
I agree, and that game was something else. We will get to that in just a moment, but first we're going to go out to Iowa, where Auburn and Iowa were doing battle early on in this one. Jedi Knight with the run, the 9-yard run brings up a 3rd and 1. Justin Meese is going to keep it here, and he'll pick up the first down. So the pocket passer doing work there. He's going to get another one here on 2nd and 7, and he's out near the 10-yard line. Big run there by Meese, and Iowa's offense is in business. They get a field goal, and a little bit later in the first, Meese going to keep it again, keeps it on the triple option, and he's got another big gain, 16 yards there. 2nd and 7 now. Turns around, hands it off to Jedi Knight up the middle, fighting for the end zone. Doesn't quite get there, but they're going to hand that one off. And Calvin Quinn's going to get bumped into the end zone for a touchdown, and Iowa goes up 10-0. So second quarter now, Auburn jumps in front of it. Tyree Fine jumps in front of the Meese pass, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. And Auburn is down 3. So early in the fourth now, Auburn down 6 after an Iowa field goal. Blake Moon takes off. He's going to pick up the first down. And a little bit later, Moon almost throws an interception. Iowa can't believe they might have wrapped up the game there. So 2nd and 10, Moon drops back to pass, going to fire over to his left. He finds Aaron Smith, who's going to get the first down. And now it's 3rd and 5. Moon's going to take off and scramble up the middle. He's going to fight just enough for the first down. So 2nd and 15 coming up now. Read option. Moon runs away from the defender up the middle, finds a seam, and he is down inside the 15. 28-yard run for Moon. 1st and 10 now. Moon's going to fire it over the middle, and that one is complete for a touchdown to Tony Smith. And Auburn goes up 14-13. Iowa's going to get the ball now, and they're going to hand that one off to Calvin Quinn on the outside, and he fumbles the ball. But Stephen Cox, the offensive lineman, comes up with it. Here we see Nick Brummer taking an angle on Quinn and lays his shoulder into him. But luckily, Iowa comes away with the ball. 1st and 10 now. Meese drops back to pass. He's going to take off, tries to run. Nowhere to go. And he is sacked for a 5-yard loss. 3rd and 5 now. Meese drops back to pass. Going to find the receiver over the middle. Jesse Campbell for a first down. And Herky is jerking. So 3rd and 14 now. Meese is going to keep it on the keeper. And he goes up the middle, almost in for a touchdown. But Auburn's defense stands up big and holds Iowa to the field goal. Down 16, 14, minute 40 to go. Blake Moon finds Devontae Duncan on the outside. 8-yard pickup. 2nd and 2 now. Moon's going to drop back to pass. Finds Ethan Smoker over the middle for a first down. So 1:25 to go. Moon's going to drop back to pass. Looks over the middle. Complete. Brandon Davis takes a big hit, but he holds on to it. And Moon is very appreciative. 2nd and 2 now. Let's fire that one over the middle. Devontae Duncan again. 2nd and 6. They let over 40 seconds tick off the clock and let the clock tick away. They weren't really aggressive here at the end, but they fired over to the left. Big Tex Chris Bullard with the first down inside the 15. They're going to take this one, hand it off to Courtney Jackson, set up the field goal on the right-hand side of the field, and that's going to set up the game-winning field goal attempt. Auburn kicker 0 for 4 going into this kick, and Auburn putting all of their faith in him. He gets this one up, and that one is good right down the middle. After going 0 for 4, the kicker puts this one up right down the middle. Auburn takes a 17-16 lead, And they celebrate after that one. 1 second left. Iowa still has a chance. They're going to try to put their senior cornerback, Sean Woodsmall, back there to return. And he is going to take this one down the right side, but nowhere to go. And that's going to do it as Auburn holds on for the 17-16 win in Iowa.
We'll jump out to Tennessee. Miller, he's going to look 5 years over the middle, and the one thing you never want to see from your quarterback, that's the first of the turnover woes for the Volunteers. Adric Berry's going to take it on the play action, launches it deep on the comeback route, picks up 20 yards with Sam Ridgway. Berry again gives it, and Joe Friedrich, he's going to nail that one right in, puts up Boise up 7. Later on, Boise with time, finding Friedrich again in the flat. He's going to cross the 30 for the first down. Actually, that's Gamara Campbell. The Broncos are bucking away as Berry looking, fires again to that same side, finds Campbell, and that is Aaron Smith with a volunteering his shoulder pad there to the receiver. You're going to see him later. Here again in the flats on the screen, there's Friedrich, and once again the Aaron Smith hits him. Keep watching him. Here we go, the pick on the screen, and away to the end zone with nobody in front of him, never going to get there. Tennessee up on their scoreboard, 14-7. Boise still with the lead. Back outside of the flat, Alan Brown had it.
Oh, shoot.
Miller looking again.
All right,
Back to that pick.
Well, we messed that one up. I was trying to
screwed that.
I was trying to preview the screen, but we'll go ahead and that didn't work like I thought it would. Boise State holds on to win that one. I apologize for stealing your thunder on that one, David. I will know not to do that one again. So, moving on, Hawaii and Notre Dame, the first game on the slate on Saturday afternoon, and Ty White finds Anthony White out in the flat for a first down early on. He's going to turn around, hands that one off to David Woods. He's got a nice hole up the middle and a first down, 14 yards for Woods. Ty White's going to turn around, hands that one off to the backup, Craig Herring. He's got an 8-yard rush and a first down. A little bit later, there's a pass over the middle. Anthony White again for 9 yards. 2nd and 1 now. Ty White drops back, fires it over the middle. Complete. Jesse Carter into the end zone for a touchdown, and Notre Dame goes up 7-0. Missed field goal by Hawaii. Now Notre Dame's got it again, but on the first play, Mason Ryan gets in there for a sack, and that's going to be an 8-yard loss. Next play, White back to run, and he is taken down by Chris Oley, who gets a sack, and it's 2 sacks in the first 2 plays, 3rd and 24. White's going to see what he can do, drops back to pass, and he completes one out on the right to Dallas Blackwood for a first down, converted on 3rd and 24. 3rd and 1 now. And looks like White is caught up behind the line, but he escapes somehow, and he keeps going, and he's got a nice gain before getting hit. And the Leprechaun's dancing on the sideline. 3rd and 5 now. White drops back to pass, fires it over to the left, and that one just across the line for a first down. Jesse Carter picks up 7. 2nd and 11 now. White on the midline read, keeps it, and he's up the middle into the end zone for a touchdown. And Notre Dame goes up 14-0. A little while later, 3rd and 11, and White drops back to pass over the middle. That one is complete. Joe Nolan on the 21-yard reception, and Notre Dame is moving. That one's tossed off in the flat. Another 3rd down conversion here for Notre Dame, and they can't seem to be stopped. They do get a field goal there, and it's up 17-0. The ensuing kickoff, Scott Williams, the walk-on halfback, he breaks free, and he is going down the sideline. He's going to go all the way. And Williams gets Hawaii on the board for the first time. So it's 17-7. Not long after that, Hawaii's got the ball again. Elliott, the hefty lefty, drops back, finds Dykes over the middle, and that is complete. 3rd and 11 now. Tubaguts fires it over to the right, and that one is picked off as Tanner Hendricks comes away with that one, goes up and gets his foot down. Great pick there by the Notre Dame DB. Ty White tries to hand it off, goes on the play action, and Larry Taylor Jr. gets through for his 2nd sack of the game, and they wind up having a punt. A little while later, Hawaii's got the ball. Derek Gray on a 9-yard reception over the middle. Tubbagutz drops back to pass, fires that one on the same side again. This one is complete for a touchdown. Ace McFreely with the diving grab, and it's 17-14. Ty White dropping back to pass now at the end of the second. He throws that one over the middle, and that one's picked off by DeAndre Spires. And Hawaii's got the ball inside the 25. Ty White cannot believe it. 1st and 10. Tubbagutz drops back to pass, looking deep on the left, but he overthrows him. And that one's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now, 45 seconds to go. Tubbagutz going to the same spot again. This time he gets his foot in, and another touchdown as Hawaii answers back. 14 of 18 for Tubbagutz in the first half. Early in the third quarter now, that pass by Tubbagutz is knocked away, and Tyler Smith and Tanner Hendricks celebrate. So 3rd and 10 now, dropping back to pass. The lefty fires it over the middle, and that one's picked off by the 5-star freshman Tyler Smith, and he is coming back the other way. Notre Dame ball now late in the third. Ty White drops back to pass. He's going to take off, run across the 40. He's got a little room. Shakes one inside the 30. Nice run there by Ty White. Couple plays later, 2nd and 6. Hands off to David Woods. He goes up the middle, almost all the way into the end zone, but he gets taken down at the 5. A couple plays later, into the end zone's Craig Herring, the backup for a touchdown, and Notre Dame regains the lead. So midway through the fourth, up 6 for Notre Dame, and they throw a pick as it's picked off on the side by Hawaii, as that is Jordan Muhammad who comes up with the pick, and Hawaii's back in business. 2nd and 10 now. Tubbagutz drops back, passes over the middle. Derek Gray grabs the pass, fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown for the big tight end, and Hawaii is back on top. Later in the fourth, Ty White scrambling away, winds up getting credited with the sack. That's Larry Taylor Jr., his 3rd sack of the game. 3rd and 6 now. Ty White turns around, hands it off to Herring, and Herring is into the end zone with his 2nd touchdown. Notre Dame back on top by 5. 2-point conversion, no good. So 1:20 left. Tubbagutz drops back to pass, fires it over to the right, finds Gray again for a 4-yard reception. That's his 11th catch for 123 yards in this game. No huddle offense. Tubbagutz up to 291 passing, drops back to pass on 2nd and 6. Just going to throw that one away. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6, 1:04 to play. Tubbagutz looking deep, fires it into double coverage, and that one is picked off. Antoine Curry comes away with it. He's going to take it the other way, and that is going to do it for Hawaii, as Notre Dame holds on to win 33-28.
With that, we're going to take you to Columbus as part of the Ohio State blowout. Jay Smith is going to start, handoff to Aries Lewis, a big run there for the first down. Sets up 3rd and 1, actually. They're going to mark him shy. Smith is going to keep it here this time. Cuts back inside, and he's going to slide his way down like it's a slip and slide. Later in the drive, he's going to take off, running it himself, looking for the prize. He won't slide. He's going to find his way forward. Stop just short of the 5. Aries Lewis around, and he's going to get tripped up just short. You know that one's going to hurt him later. Same drive, they're going to give it, keep it, and Smith is going to do it himself. The do-it-all Mr. Jay Smith. Later on in the game, Smith going deep for Jackson, and he can't pull it in. 0 for 4, Jay Smith. 2 drops contributed to that. Second quarter we go. Smith firing again. Jackson pulls it in this time. 37 yards down the field. Here we go later in the drive. Lewis gets the wind knocked out of him. He's not coming back. That knee collided. So they're going to go to Earl Woods, the backup. Cuts inside, bounce outside. Fights his way down to the 12. Smith again, it's going to keep it. He's going to run it, and he's going to be leveled right there at about the 2, but Brutus is loving the aggressiveness. He's saying, give us more. Handoff again, Earl Woods inside for 6. Ohio State's going to go up 14-0. Still second quarter late. Smith keeping it, running it, and he's going to be brought down just short of the 30. Looking to throw again. This time he's going to fire the outside. That's Brigham Clark, the walk-on, converts. Smith going back inside on the read option, down inside the 10. Buckeyes will take their timeout. Play action, fires to the big tight end, James Rogers. He's going to get it across for 6. Ohio State would put up 21 in the first half, 10 more in the second half to go up 31-3 in their first win of the season.
So, with that, 4 amazing games to start the slate, but we had to pick one player on offense to be our player of the week. And coming off of that Ohio State game, the offensive player of the week, as voted on by the players and staff of the CFSL, was Jay Smith, the quarterback from Ohio State. 315 yards of total offense and 3 total touchdowns. Great game there by Jay. Congratulations to him and Ohio State on a great week 1 performance. Not to be outdone, we have a defensive player of the week. David, you can go ahead and announce him.
Larry Taylor Jr., the linebacker out of Hawaii. What were the numbers on him again? What was that?
6 tackles and 3 sacks for Larry Taylor Jr.
That's hard to argue with when you can come up with that kind of performance, especially in a game that big. That was really a tight game all the way through, and he is part of the reason as to why it was so tight.
Great game there by Larry Taylor Jr. 3 sacks in the opening week. It was a losing effort, but Hawaii played very valiantly in what turned out to be our game of the week. That was an amazing game from start to finish. So that is pretty much our show for the week. Looking ahead to next week, David, what do you guys? I know you guys have Iowa on the board. What do you think going into next week?
Well, Ohio State, there's been a lot of talk this coming into this, and by talk I mean Ohio State has been doing a lot of the talking. and the big thing for it is, though, they had the blowout win against Florida State, and it kind of got their ego high. But this is a true test against a really good Iowa defense. They kept Auburn to just 17 points. Ohio State's probably not going to put up 31, and I highly doubt that Jay Smith is going to have this kind of performance again this week. But Iowa's got to figure out that offense. They only put up 16, and they really kind of struggled to get there. They're going to have to figure that out, too. So it's going to be an interesting battle. We're going to see if they can take advantage of this Ohio State secondary this week.
Definitely one of the more interesting games on the slate. To kick off the schedule, Thursday night at 7 o'clock, we got Tennessee trying to regroup after their close loss to Boise. They will travel to Tallahassee to face Florida State, who wants to regroup after not an impressive showing in week 1. And then the second game on Thursday night is going to be that Iowa-Ohio State game that David just gave you a preview of. Saturday, kicking off the action on Saturday at noon, will be Auburn at Hawaii, which will be an interesting game. Auburn come away with that late game heroics from Blake Moon. Will travel to Hawaii and see if they can rebound on a heartbreaking loss against Notre Dame. And then in the final game of the week, the 1:30 game on Saturday, Notre Dame, with that win over Hawaii, will face Boise as 2 1-0 teams square off in what will probably be our premier game of the week. That is 1:30 on Saturday. So hope you guys all set your watches to that schedule. We're looking forward to them. I hope you are as well. David, thanks for tuning in, or thanks for joining us. All the guys in the chat, thanks for tuning in. We had a great time this week. We expect even more greatness in week 2. We hope you guys have a fantastic couple days, and we'll see you back here on Twitch on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central. Y'all have a good one.